Oh, nope. This angle doesn't work. Does this angle work? No, it just shows off my PCOS beard. That's cool. That's cool. Oh well, at least you can kind of see some of the dolls. I don't know. We'll figure this out. We'll figure it out. Does this angle work? Maybe. You can see the dirty fingerprints on my vanity, but perhaps, I don't know. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. Sorry about that, guys. All about finding your angles. I didn't really like filming over there beside my vanity because, to be honest, it's a little bit cramped, and I'm sure if I moved it around and everything, I could probably find the right angle to sit at, so there's enough space to film. But you know, I've just finished work. It took enough effort to put on makeup and decide to actually film this, so yeah, I thought maybe we could do like a little Elvira Skullector Monster High unboxing. I was so surprised to see that she was still available on Smith's Toy Shop website, because like she normally sells out online in any iteration there's been. Yeah, it was a total freak accident. I was actually trying to get, I don't know if you can see her, the real drama Draculaura, which is up there in the background, right beside, I don't know if that you can see that on the camera, but the David from the Lost Boys Skullector and the Megan from Megan's Skullector is over there as well. But anyway, sorry. The real drama Draculaura was in my local store. There was only 2 left for $29.99, and that's really exciting because my store never gets in anything exciting. So I went and got her, and whilst I was looking up about her, saw that Smiths were posting out Elvira's within the UK, which I couldn't believe because there are so many resellers who have already put her up on eBay and Vinted for like £350 and stuff, when on the Smith's Toy Shop website she's still like $68.99. So I know I didn't do like an actual unboxing of the David and Megan Skullector dolls, but I thought we could maybe actually like properly do it with this one. I was just running out of time in the last video, but I think because my videos don't get shown up to like normal people anyway, not normal people, like random people I meant, it's only really shown to subscribers, so you guys have likely already seen that last video, or you'll have seen the thumbnail come up for it and you've ignored it and then chosen to watch this one. That's cool. That's cool. It's fine. I get it. But yeah, it's kind of like a follow-up then, I guess. I'm sorry about my very grotty hair. It's not greasy. It's just that my roots haven't been dyed in like 6 weeks, and that's like the longest I think I've ever, well, maybe not the longest I've ever left it. It's one of the longest times I've ever left it. I don't normally leave it that long, but this is like the first time in 15 years, well, like ever in my history of dyeing my hair. I've been dyeing my own hair for like 15 years. I've never had it dyed professionally. This weekend I'm getting it dyed professionally because I thought I'm getting married in November. Let's, you know, like I've been having a real style crisis for the last couple of years. I was like, forget, let's just do it. Let's get someone else to like have that responsibility. So I'm going to Emma Graves, and she's a color specialist. She's really good at her job, so hopefully she can like lift this Schwarzkopf Live XXL Red Passion and Deep Red out of my hair. There's like layers of Schwarzkopf XXL Live Cosmic Blue and Deep Black and everything under there too, and also like pink Schwarzkopf semi-permanents. It's just, yeah, it's been like layer and layer of box dye over one another. So yeah, my original point was apologies for my grotty looking hair, but it's just the fact that my roots have grown out and it looks kind of gross. But I'm not supposed to dye my hair anymore. She said the longer I leave it without dyeing, it'll be like easier to lift it and put in her dye. So I'm really excited to see what she comes up with for my wedding and whatnot, and just kind of like to lift my style, because I have gotten rid of so many of my own clothes and stuff. I feel like I'm finally kind of like creating like a capsule wardrobe, although I would like to lose weight and get out of those clothes and start afresh. But now I've gotten rid of so many clothes in charity shops on Vinted and stuff that like I feel like I can finally maybe hone in on like accessorizing and stuff more. I'd love to make videos about that because I love watching them, and it might be fun to see like a, well, I don't know if I'm plus size. I mean, I'm fat, I'm chubby, I'm definitely overweight. I don't know if I'm plus size. I'm like a size UK 16. I don't know, is that just chunky? Don't really know. Went from like a size 8 to 10 UK, like a 16 within like, you know, 9 months due to health issues. So it was quite the shock. Don't really know how to dress anymore, but I feel like now that I've started on my tattoo journey and Emma's going to like lift up my hair and I've sort of like whittled down clothes, maybe I'll be able to like rediscover that again. And you don't really see that many people my size doing that, so could be cool. I don't know, we'll see, we'll see. Maybe start doing that on this channel. But anyway, without further ado, we'll get into Elvira, and yeah, we'll do a proper unboxing. I'll do that off camera because it's pretty boring watching someone open a box, isn't it? The biggest star, up to karaoke bar. Have you guys listened to Hayley Williams' new 17 singles yet? Like her solo stuff? It's great. There is hardly a song on it that I have not been listening to on repeat since came out whenever I was in work on Friday. Today's Tuesday. So Elvira comes in this tissue paper. It's one of the other Skullectors. Oh, okay. So it's like a solid box. It doesn't have like the nice lovely sleeve that the other ones have. Nice, nice. Oh my goodness. Can you see her? Oh yeah, so she's really, really pretty. Although in saying that, I don't know what the hell or way they yeah, I don't know what way they've posed her arms. It's a bit mental looking. Her hair doesn't look great quality, I must say. I'm loving the leopard print though. It's like, I'm always wearing leopard print. I have so many different pairs of leopard print jeans and trousers, and I love leopard print. It's like the one thing other than black I love wearing. Gorgeous. Lovely skeletal hands, eyeballs, spider webs to match my, well, that's actually why I wore this, my velour burnout top from Killstar, and my little cobweb heart from Mystic and Luna. Little black coffins, which someone took the piss out of me on Friday in work for. Oh well. Yeah, this is nice. I think I would have preferred to have had the same box for it to be released in, like the other two girls, just for like the sake of consistency and display and everything, but maybe they felt like people wanted to display her open like that. I don't know. It's kind of it's a weird one. It's not that much cheaper than the other Skullectors. I believe the other Skullectors were £77 each on the Mattel website. On the Smith's Toy Shop website, I think Elvira was possibly about $68.99, so I'm not sure if that's a budget choice. Do forgive me. As I say, I'm not really a Monster High collector at heart. I'm much more into my Living Dead dolls and B-Goths, and then, you know, like, I don't have my lovely Bratz collection anymore. I only have 4 Bratz dolls. But yeah, Monster High was sort of a little bit after my time as a child. I was just that little bit too old, or like, well, I felt like I was too old to be collecting dolls at that age. Boy, have we regressed. Yeah, so it was sort of like a little bit after my time. I remember my dad's ex-girlfriend's daughter, she was quite young and she was very into Monster High and everything, and I think I was about 13 or 14, so I thought I was like, well, like I had low self-esteem, but you know the way teenagers are like too cool for school, too cool for school. I was like that, so I thought her dolls are pretty cool, but I was also like, ugh, dolls. Whatever. That has changed, so yeah. Don't know what this window is for per se, but it's nice. I'll read out the back of it. It says, "Hello darling, Elvira, mistress of the dark, here with some pre-show vamping. Geez, almost getting burned at the stake really shows you what's important in life, like performing in front of an adoring Las Vegas audience. The little old town of Fall, well, sure, was swell and all, but I gotta say, nothing appeals to my goth and glitzy self like dazzling lights, with my faux leather dress, shimmering cape, and the macabre mobile ready to burst on stage. I'll put on the most spellbinding show Sin City has ever seen." And then it has it in French underneath. Gotta be honest, the punctuation and the grammar in that is not great for reading. But I love the like far away, close up. Yeah, so she's got her little dagger, she's got a little skull charm and a little cobweb charm hanging from her belt. She's got like a bat harness, she's got snake earrings, dark lipstick, classic sort of purple eyeshadow. She's got her like big beehive bump it going on. She's got like the same sort of collar as Fright Night Draculaura. Was that who it was? I recently sold her. I think that's who it was anyway. Anywho, let's take her out of the box and greatly depreciate her value, because that's what I do. Sorry, I used to keep my dolls in boxes for ages, and then one day was like, there's literally no physical way I can collect this many dolls and keep them in box, because I am trying to keep them within the limits of my office. I don't think my fiance would greatly appreciate it starting to like leak and seep into the bedroom and the living room and the kitchen and games room and 2 bathrooms. So yeah, take it out of the box. I can just about fit them in. Sorry, just to go back on that, I just realized that I read mobile as mobile because of the weird grammar and punctuation. Also, a wee side note, what would have been really cool, I think, would have been to have Algonquin, her dog from Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, a movie, as like an accessory. You know the way Draculaura has her little bat and everything? I think Algonquin should have been with Elvira, you know, little punk dog, be pink mohawk. Just a side note though, I think that's how this could have been improved just before even opening. Okay, it was really difficult getting her out of that box with the sleeve, but here she is in all her glory. So pretty. I'm glad her eyes aren't too wonky, because I have my Megan doll, I think her eyes are slightly wonky. Very pretty. Love her eyebrows. I can only hope to grow back my eyebrows in that way. I have like that much natural eyebrow and the rest is all drawn on because I have an underactive thyroid, and it made part of my right eyebrow fall off, and I was like, I'm not gonna hang on to like dredges of eyebrows, I'll just shape both of them off, whatever. Her little certificate of authenticity, just the same as the other 2 girls have. Not that you saw that on this, but yeah. It's gonna be so difficult getting her out of here, isn't it? I hate how they like have to like tag her dress down. Like they've done that with so many dolls, and I hate taking them out because I'm afraid that I'm gonna end up cutting the garments. I'm pretty sure I cut some of Megan's hair off trying to get her out of the box. Hate that. I know it's to make her like sit properly in the box and for the dress to like fall in a nice way, but I just don't like it. Cool. She's got like little skulls with bat wings on her shoes, on her heels. They're very cute. I would totally wear those to my hen party in October if I had them IRL, but I don't, and I've sold all of my Iron Fish shoes on Vinted, so kiss that dream goodbye. Maybe don't spend all of your money on dolls and you won't have to sell your shoes. Serotonin, ever thought about that? You know what? I think I've just, fuck me, I think I've just cut into her wing. Let me do this off of camera. This is making me so nervous. It's already difficult as it is. Okay guys, when I tell you the amount of packaging holding Elvira in that box is ludicrous, I mean it. That took me forever to do. And her cobweb, spiderweb, ruffle, god I couldn't think of the word, like the Las Vegas ruffle has fallen off and I can't seem to get it back on again. I don't know, maybe I'm just being really dumb. I probably am. But anyway, her snake serpent earrings are so nice. She's got like her like infamous classic dagger on the back, and it is her with her big beehive as well on her spider cape. It's very cool. Her slit dress, I didn't even notice initially, has bats on it. Can't say I wouldn't wear that. Her chain piece does come off. To be honest, it feels a bit cheap, in all honesty, but I like that they still have her dagger, and I like that they have like the same skull with bat wings as they have on her, what do you call it? What do they call it? Her mobile. What do they call it? The macabre mobile. I always just call it the Elvira mobile, but whatever. Macabre mobile makes way more sense. I love her spiderweb cuffs. She's got her big, lovely red ring and her black nails. Very classic. Her hair does feel quite cheap. The glue is really gross. Someone who works with dolls could do a really good job of doing her classic beehive. I, however, cannot. I am so bad at styling doll hair. I am so bad at washing doll hair. I know that some of my bee goths could be brought up really nicely if I like really attempted to do their hair, but it scares me. It really, really scares me. It never works out well for me whenever I boil hair. It just doesn't. I've tried it on a few Living Dead dolls. I think I tried it on some Monster High dolls as well. I'm just not able to do it. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not good at it. So, oh well. So yeah, this is like really cool faux leather, which is like sewn with that bat mesh. There is no design on the back of her heels. Sometimes Skullector dolls will do that. They have not done that with her. No like underwear or anything. No, I just wanted to see if they put in any extra detail like that. That's her without her little chest plate, harness, whatever you would call it. It just sort of clips on like that. And then her like Las Vegas ruffle. I kind of thought it went around her neck and on her back, but it doesn't. It does, but it doesn't really at the same time fit on properly. But it's very cool. I think. What do I think of her price range? I don't know. Maybe a little bit overpriced. I think £50 maybe would have been a better price for her rather than $68.99. But I also can't really complain because I did make her available to everyone. And she looks great, really. Her eyes aren't wonky or anything, at least on my doll. We've got that other sort of like iteration of the Monster High stand where I think you just sort of set them on top of it rather than it going around their waist. I think again similar to Fright Night's Draculaura. Is that the right line? I don't know. Don't come for me. I'm not really a Monster High girly. I'm only beginning my journey. I like the Skullectors more than I do like, oh well, I can't say that I don't like the original Monster High line, I do, but as I say, it's not like mega nostalgic for me. Bigots and Living Dead dolls and Brats were all greatly nostalgic because it was stuff I was into as a little girl, and I either had as a little girl or badly wanted and couldn't have. So Monster High is sort of like a new endeavour for me. As a Shadow High, I'm not like mega into that either, but just the 3 dolls I have of that line I think are like extremely gorgeous and gothy. And I think whenever you are having a style crisis, like I think it was my own personal style crisis, having that got me back into fashion dolls again, because like they sort of express how I want to be able to dress but don't feel like I can, or can't pull it off, or just it's not clicking into place. So I think that's what set me off, and like you can see why with like wonderful beautiful dolls like this. You know, if I was little again and had access to a doll like this, my god, I would have been so into that, even though I wouldn't have known who Elvira was at that stage. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy that we do have dolls like this now. I know loads of people complain about Mattel like all the time, but having a product like this and being able to get your hands on it, I think is so good for your inner child and whimsy, especially like little goth girls like myself. Yeah, so I'm very pleased. I'll do like a little comparison to David and Megan, just as collectors, because they're the only ones I have. It's the only comparison I can kind of make. But my first notes were I would have liked the box to have been sort of consistent just for like display purposes, but that's just me. I have gender bent David and Megan off their shelves. I guess I'll start with David. I think she's really cool. I totally get what people mean by, you know, them being mad that they cheaped out on her hair. They could have done a better job with that. And I also didn't realise that she is wearing a full-on catsuit. I thought that was like leather trousers, leather pants, whatever you want to call them. I thought that was like that with a t-shirt. It's not. It's all the one piece. It's kind of lazy, but I do love the Tim Capello saxophone, and I love like the red bottle of blood that they drink from. I really like the gloves, leather gloves. I think that's super cool. I do love that Buffy-esque, Lost Boy-esque SFX kind of vampire face, and the one earring is very cool. I love that like snake skin, alligator skin kind of attention to detail. But yeah, I do know what people mean about the hair. So whenever you like kind of compare, ooh, oh no, don't fall, Elvira. Elvira has a much more classical Monster High face. David really is obviously sculpted off of David. But yeah, love that. And Megan again does have like a very more, like much more childlike face. Obviously because the Megan doll is supposed to look like a child. I love the little pet that the auntie makes in Megan, and then they've got like the original android. That heel is a bit squished, which I was a little bit annoyed about, but it's fine. Yeah, also her face, I think like people have probably seen this by now, but her face, just if I take her off the stand, take away her little pet, oh, if I can just pop that off, that's Megan's like actual faceplate underneath the latex skin. All the coating over her tights is a cool neat little thing, and the chipboard as well. Although people complained about her hair being cheap, I kind of get it, because in the movie her hair does look synthetic, and her hair looks very synthetic there, so I think it kind of matches. Let me see if I can pop that faceplate back on. There we go. Yeah, no, I think she looks pretty great. I just wish the heel hadn't been a little bit bent on her, and I wish that her eyes weren't just as wonky, because I think they are. So again, if you compare Elvira to Megan, she's obviously got like way nicer cheekbones with the gorgeous bronzer or blush, whatever you want to call it. But I do think, yeah, they're cool. They're cool. I like all three of those movies, which is obviously why I got the dolls. I wouldn't just get them for no reason. I really like them all. Yeah, I have to say I'm impressed. My first three Monster High Skullectors, I'm very happy with them. So yeah, thanks again for watching. I think I'm going to do some like Halloween hunting videos in the next little while, which should be really fun, because like I do it for myself anyway every single year. I start as early as I can, and I try not to buy very much or consume very much, but I do enjoy going into stores and seeing all the Halloween stuff, because genuinely from September till like late November is like my favorite period of the year. I just love that like bright sunny sky mixed with like the crisp cold air and the smell of bonfires and smoke, and fills my heart with joy. So yeah, I'm gonna start some Halloween and fall slash autumn hunting. We call it autumn over here, Americans seem to call it fall. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Please do let me know if there's any sort of like videos that you do want to see, or any sort of doll kind of videos that you want to see, whether it be like maybe based on history of a line, anything like that. But yeah, thanks guys, be kind to each other and stay spooky.